Happy Saturday, guys. Welcome back to another video. I got the coffee on deck. I'm ready to rock and roll and break down some stocks. We have 5 in particular to go over that are pretty oversold, some more than others. So we have to go over the charts, entry exit points, what I'm looking to do with these 5 stocks. But first, hit the like button. Do not forget to subscribe. Come on, follow along for more content and join the free email stock newsletter, which is linked down below. Put your first name and your email address, and I send you my top stocks weekly for free right to your email, guys. And with that being said, cheers, take a sip of your coffee, and let's dive into it. So at this point, we all know that last week was a really good week for the stock market. There's no need to go too deep into that. We know on Friday we had a nice green day, right? Yesterday we had a beautiful week. We had a nice uptrend all week on the 5-day, 5-minute. You guys can see here on SPY, on QQQ. It was smooth sailing for stocks last week, guys. We can see the nice upwards momentum that we're building right now. And on the 4-hour time frame on these indexes, we're starting to break out. You're noticing here on QQQ, we have a golden cross. We're above the moving averages. Same thing here on SPY. So when the indexes are starting to move in the right direction, you know a bunch of stocks are starting to follow suit. Not all stocks are breaking out, but we do have a bunch. And a lot of these are still very oversold within the overall breakout. Sure, they're starting to move in the right direction, but a lot of these stocks are still very beaten up from where they were just 2 months ago, 3 months ago. So let's break down these stocks, the 5 that I want to cover in this video. Let's just get into it, guys. So number 1, we have Carnival Cruise Line, ticker symbol CCL, which is starting to move in the right direction. We are up around, let's see, 30% off the lows from earlier in April. We hit about $15. Now we're at $19.50 on CCL. And by the way, we had a 5% green day yesterday on Friday. So we're making a decent move off the low, right? But we're still down a lot from $28.75 to $19.50. We're still down 31%. So we're up 30% off the low, but we're down 30%, right, from this recent high. And it seems like, I don't know about you, but to me, it looks like CCL starting to break out. Not fully yet, but we're noticing the signs. We're starting to break over the moving averages, the 180 SMA, 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart. We're now testing the highs from the last couple of weeks, which the highs have been around $19.50, $20. So CCL, guys, looks very beaten up. And on the 3-year chart, the uptrend looks good, doesn't it? It looks like we're maintaining it. And this spot where we're bouncing right now, this is the bounce, the breakout spot, whatever you want to call it, based on this 3-year chart. So CCL looks really good, right? It seems like the uptrend's continuing on this time frame. And if we start pushing 20, 21, 22, this could be in full-on breakout territory. So CCL, I like the way we're looking. Not fully breaking out yet, but man, that 3-year chart looks promising that a breakout is on the horizon. We just have to wait for the push past $20 to $21. At least that's what I'm waiting for. So I'm going to set an alert here. I don't know why my keyboard's messing with me right now. It's being annoying. I don't know what's going on. But there we go. I just got my alert at $20 per share. So that's CCL. I like the way it's setting up. ARM Holdings is another one that, yes, it's up a good chunk off the lows, right? We're up around 50%, 60% off the lows, but we're still down a lot from highs, about 30, 40% in the last couple of months. And ARM Holdings, if I extend this to the right here, let me do this right now. Come on, there we go. We can see heading into earnings this week, by the way. We have earnings on the 7th of May after the bell. Heading into earnings, ARM Holdings is starting to break out of 120 to 125. We're getting there, which that was support all throughout September up until pretty much March, mid-March. We held 120 as support, then we broke through it, making it resistance, right? So now we're up a lot off the lows. Momentum's building up. We're breaking 120, which could bring us a lot higher on the charts. Momentum could bring us now that we're breaking 120. Let's say earnings are strong on ARM Holdings. We might be playing in this window right here between, let's say, 120, 125 as support, right? We're back over 120, so that's great. With resistance, anywhere from 145 to 150. That's where this thing is now playing, especially if we fully start breaking out of 125. So I'm going to set my alert there right now. All eyes are on ARM Holdings this week because of earnings, again, on the 7th of May. So my alert's at 125. Let's see if we're able to break out of that. Datadog is another one, DDOG, for this week. They're reporting earnings, I believe, on the 6th. In the morning, so that is what, Tuesday. ARM Holdings is Wednesday, so keep your eyes on DDOG on Tuesday. And this one, man, talk about beaten up, talk about oversold. This stock's down $65 a share from, I think that's all-time highs. We hit 170, so we're down 37% from 170. That's actually not the all-time high. All-time high is 199 from a couple years ago. So we're down a lot from the highs from, when was that? Back in December. So we're down like 30-40% here on Datadog in the last couple of months. And it's starting to finally break out. We have a golden cross. We're above the moving averages here on the 4-hour time frame. You guys see that. We're finally starting to break out of there. That's a great sign. Now I'm thinking, okay, if we zoom in on DDOG, we can see here 112 is a big resistance. Let me set that alert. That was the high, looks like, here from the end of March. If that is able to break, whether it's before earnings, after earnings, hopefully after earnings, that is where a lot of momentum could build up. And if they crush earnings, if guidance is good, guys, DDOG, get ready for a pop over 112, at least in my opinion. So let's continue on here. We have two more stocks. And by the way, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. Follow along for more content. If you haven't done so already, I appreciate all of you for all the support as always. And let's go to number 4. Yeah, stock number 4, CRM, Salesforce. This has been oversold for quite some time, for months at this point. We hit 378 in early December. Now we're at 270. We're down 28% in terms of the last couple of months of trading. But like CCL, in a sense here, if you pull up the 3-year chart, CRM looks really good, right? It looks like this pullback was much needed. It looks like, to me, the uptrend's holding on this 3-year chart, and it's only a matter of time before we confirm the breakout on the 4-hour chart, which we might start, we might be seeing some initial signs of it. We're noticing a golden cross. We're above the moving averages for the first time since late January, early February. This looks like it could be getting ready for a big move. Maybe before earnings, maybe after earnings. Earnings are later in May, more towards the end of May, 28th of May to be exact. So we have some time to maybe make a move here before earnings. We shall see. We have a couple weeks. Either way, man, I'm watching CRM. It's in a very similar predicament on the charts as to CCL, where you can see clearly CCL is starting to break out on this 4-hour chart, and on the 3-year chart, it looks great. Same thing with CRM, guys. Same thing with CRM. And it's so important to pull the layers back even more. Let's say you're on the 4-hour chart. You're like, CRM doesn't look that great. It's starting to make a move, but still overall in a downtrend. it's important to pull the layers back even more. Look at the 3-year chart. Look at the max chart, if you will, because that shows you, okay, CRM was just up so much, man. It went from 210 to about 370 in under a year, well under a year. So it makes sense it saw the big pull down here. Now buyers are coming in the mid-high 200s. It kind of looks like we're going for the 300 plus price range again in due time. I don't know. Do your own research. As always, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. And of course, investing, trading involves a lot of risk. You got to realize that. So Coinbase, COIN, is the last stock for today, guys, which is starting to finally reverse, to break out. You guys see it here. The last time we had a golden cross and we were above the moving averages was back in the middle end of January, and before that it was back in November. I mean, this stock has been beaten up, man, for a good 5-6 months now. And we have earnings for Coinbase coming up, I believe, this week. Yeah, the 8th of May, which is on Thursday. Yeah, that's Thursday, right? Yeah, 8th of May is on Thursday. So Coinbase is up a good $70 a share off the lows, 51%. Big move there. And crypto is starting to bounce back. Bitcoin, not Coinbase. Bitcoin is almost at 100K again, which is, I mean, very good for Coinbase. Crypto in general is doing well. It's been holding up nicely. Even during the stock market crash about a month ago, Bitcoin was holding up well. I don't think it went much under 75K. And then rebounded back to Bitcoin rebounded back to 80, 85K. Now we're starting to make that move towards 100 again as the equities market is recovering, as stocks are starting to break out again. So Coinbase, I'm very interested in, especially here as we're seeing a breakout on the charts, especially now as we're pretty much testing and slightly breaking out of the highs from the end of March. This is a great sign overall. We're not fully there yet, but man, we are making strides here, and we're approaching big levels on the chart. You know, if we start breaking 205, 210, this could fill the gap pretty quickly, relatively quickly, to the mid 200s, 240, 245. That was the high from the beginning of March. We could be going there. So keep your eyes on Coinbase. Keep your eyes on all these stocks. I'm going to set my alert at 210 right now on Coinbase, and we'll see how that goes, if it triggers that this upcoming week. So, yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Of course, do your own research. As always, I'm not a financial advisor. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow along for more content. Join the free email stock newsletter, which is linked down below. Check out the Patreon as well if you want to be a part of the community there. See what I'm doing in my portfolio. Every week I post updates. I actually just posted an update on Friday. That's on Patreon down below, pinned in the comment section, or go to stassurface.com/Patreon. You'll see it there. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next video.